Hey, hey, hey. Why do I do this to myself? Why? Like, why? Anyway, what's up, Snorted the Crew? It's yours truly, Snorted. Right now, I'm gonna get into, I'll talk to you later. Anyway, Chirac drill, Chicago drill. Hell yeah. Lyrics that really happened. Okay. Yeah. So, one guy was doing these. So another guy started doing these. So I don't really know which part we on. But, for the most part, we doing these. You feel me? Y'all be liking them. I like watching them. Wooty woo, you, hoo hoo, no, foo foo. Yeah. Anyway, originally to the video, but on screen starts my Twitter would not be at the top. It's your boy Snorter Dude's gonna get into it.
Chicago is the birthplace of drill and has inspired a worldwide movement that has spread everywhere from Florida to even the UK. Drill rappers are known for rapping about real crimes they've committed and the deadly life in the streets. Here's a look at some wild Chicago drill lyrics that actually happened. He survived one to the head, but it f***ed up his body. Lil Durk should have ducked. Lil Durk is one of the most popular rappers to come out of Chicago in the early 2010s. His career has had some ups and downs, but he's managed to build a solid fan base that has kept him relevant in the music industry for almost a decade.
Yeah.
Even though Durk has changed his ways and moved out of Chicago to focus on his rap career full time, he's
more like recently, the past couple years, he's getting way more popular. But yeah.
He's still a savage at heart and will occasionally drop a diss track against his enemies. His most recent diss, Should Have Ducked, was a bonus track off the rapper's most recent album, The Voice, where he takes shots at several members of the FBG crew. In this bar, Durk is throwing shots at rival rapper FBG Wooski, who the artist has been beefing with for years. Wooski is one of O-Block's most hated ops due to the number of bodies and disses he's dropped. This deadly beef.
I forgot! I got the Chicago Scene 88 Story of Wooski video. I did it already. While I'm talking, I might upload that before I upload this. But if I haven't, do something for me. DM me on Instagram. I want y'all to say the exact words. Upload the Wooski video, fat ass. Cause y'all be like trying to get that shit off, and then I say something, you're like, oh, I'm a big fan, bro. Something's alright, fuck it. This is gonna come with it, you know what I'm saying? With the YouTube and all that. So, hell yeah.
Beef eventually led to Wooski getting ambushed and shot in the head outside a funeral, which is what Durk was talking about in the bar. Wooski actually grew up in the Parkway Gardens houses, the housing project in the area locals have named O-Block. Even though his older brother, Big Mike, was a BD and the entire
These motherfuckers hitting. I shouldn't be eating candy, but, man.
building was controlled by the gang, Wooski ended up joining the GDs after becoming cool with dudes from the St. Lawrence area like FBG Duck. Big Mike protected Wooski when he was growing up, but that could only last so long. Wooski was just too wild to be contained and was forced to leave the area after a BD from the set Wick City named Reezy was shot and killed. The shooting happened during a fight between Reezy and a group of dudes from the STL EBT set, including Wooski. Wooski was rumored to be the shooter in Reezy's death, even though he was only 12 or 13 at the time. After that, he couldn't stay on O-Block anymore. The STL EBT took him in, and he's been repping the set ever since. This beef would eventually get even deeper after Wooski allegedly killed an O-Block member named Platoon, and King Von retaliated by killing Wooski's cousin Modell. Around that time, Von and Wooski started going back and forth on Twitter, making their hatred for each other public. So it started an all-out war between the two sets. Their beef got even more intense after Von and Big Mike, Wooski's
That explains shit. That explains why Wooski got so much of this. Cause I'm like, alright, cool. Knowing that the other side of, yeah, it's more than like the 3 to 4 motherfuckers they always used to mention. In my brain, I used to just put it into effect that they was the 3 to 4 most popular motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But Now that I'm sitting here looking at shit, and taking shit with a grain of salt, it's real life history there to really hate a motherfucker. Hell yeah. Let's keep it going.
His brother both got charged with murder after killing a man named Malcolm Stuckey outside a house party. Stuckey had allegedly been mean-mugging Vaughn, so the rapper went to recruit Big Mike as backup. When they confronted Stuckey outside the house party, they ended up opening fire, killing their target, and injuring the dudes he was with. Both Big Mike and Vaughn were potentially facing up to 100 years in prison, and Mike decided to rat. He told police that Vaughn was the one who fired the fatal shot, and he was just there for protection. But at the last minute, Big Mike changed his mind and refused to testify. Either O-Block got to him while he was locked up and let him know that if he came back to the streets, he'd be a dead man, or he figured it out on his own. Either way, without Mike's testimony, the prosecutors didn't have much to go off. Vaughn ended up beating the case, and Mike took the charge for the murder, getting sentenced to 28 years in prison. Check out our video on rappers that beat a murder case for more info on what happened. Even though Mike still took the fall for the crime, the fact that he even thought—
I did a video on that rapper that beat a body. I just what I titled it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I forgot when I did. And my dad forget when I did. When the fuck did I do that video? Okay, let's keep going.
Thought about snitching meant that he had to be disowned by O-Block and made the beef even more serious. Things continued to escalate after an O-Block member named HK was murdered outside the entrance to the Parkway Gardens houses. Wooski was rumored to be one of the shooters, which he confirmed on the diss track Computers remix. On the track, the rapper takes credit for the killing of a bunch of BDs, including HK, and after that, O-Block was out for blood. They couldn't get to Wooski, so they went after one of his homies, Dusky the Man, who was shot and killed in the Washington Park neighborhood later that year. It was at Dusky the Man's funeral that O-Block would come close to getting revenge on one of Chirac's deadliest shooters. The beef was at a boiling point, and both gangs were out for blood. Vaughn even warned Wooski that a surprise was coming over FaceTime on the night before the funeral. Right after the service, Wooski stepped out to smoke a cigarette, which is when his ops finally caught up to him. They sprayed up the front of the church, hitting Wooski in the head and injuring 5 other people. Wooski somehow survived the shooting, but suffered nerve damage and blood loss. So on Should Have Ducked, Durk is rapping about Wooski getting shot in the head and struggling with the effects, even though he survived. Durk was close to King Von and was also known to beef with Wooski and the rest of the FBG crew. The whole track is actually a diss against the late FBG Duck, who was shot and killed in an upscale shopping area of Chicago called the Gold Coast. Earlier on the track, Durk raps, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high as f***. She asked me how high do I get? High as Duck." Duck was killed in August 2020 after dropping a diss.
Okay, cool. It's probably a good ass time to mention this shit. What was the name of that fucking song? Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Still Running. So, I remember that part of the video where I'm like, oh, what rhymes with what? What rhymes with what? Slut, butt, nut, right? Then I even called my brother in to be like, what rhymes with what? I was trolling that whole fucking time. I don't know why you niggas couldn't pick that up. Niggas was trolling. I knew what the... Really, nigga? You thought I couldn't think of the word duck, nigga? I was trolling on the fact of how he said he wasn't name dropping no more niggas in songs. I thought I really didn't have to explain. I thought somebody would pick up the Mississippi. I was waiting on the comment like, Snore smart. I see what Snore did. I was gonna pin that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, whatever.
This track called Dead Bodies, where he disrespects dead members of O-Block. Next to Wooski, Duck was one of O-Block's most hated ops. Before his death, he and Durk had been exchanging diss tracks for years. But Durk isn't the only rapper that FBG Duck has thrown shots at. In this next bar, the rapper disses a dead op named 600 Waldo, who died the day after Dusky the Man was murdered. Waldo ain't get to finish his status. He was on the internet laughing, capping, then get caught without it. FBG Duck, Exposing Me remix. Waldo 600 was a member of the 600 set of the BDs. 600 is allied with O-Block in the war against the STL-EBT and MOB sets of the GDs. Waldo was shot and killed on East 63rd Street, a street that's considered the border between O-Block and 600, not far from the Parkway Gardens houses. He was killed on October 10, 2018, just a day after Drewski the Man was murdered, not far from the same spot. It's been rumored that Waldo was killed in retaliation for his murder, which probably added to the attack on Wooski. Waldo was allegedly there on the day Dusky was shot and killed. To make it even worse, rumors circulated that Waldo was dissing Dusky online, which led to immediate retaliation.
Damn.
Both men were well respected in their gangs, so the murders added even more attention to the already intense war that was raging on the streets of the South Side. In this bar, Duck is referencing the fact that Waldo got killed for dissing a dead op on the internet. When MOB caught Waldo lacking in enemy territory, it was all over. It's pretty wild how quick the revenge was for Dusky's death, but on the streets of Chicago, anything can happen in the blink of an eye. But Waldo isn't the only op Duck referenced in this song. In another verse, he raps, "Let off 23, then 7 more. That's how I come for bro. T-Roy ain't get shot inside his head, but he ain't make it though." The first line is about Duck's brother, FBG Brick.
30. That was his number or something. Dang, I kicked my camera. Fuck. Hey, what I was about to say. So that last part about he said Waldo. I did not know none of that shit. After all the fucking rappamentaries, somebody said I need to trademark that word. Hey, you feel me? I might. But look, after all the rappamentaries, bro, I did not know that, bro. I swear to God.
Brick was another member of the STL EBT set who had been trying to follow in his brother's footsteps and become a rapper after being released from prison. Brick was shot and killed in the
I was like, Got to see it through, my boy. Bro, I'll be on TikTok, bro.
Woodlawn neighborhood of the South Side in July 2017, along with his cousin Kobe Matt. Rumor has it that Brick was posting videos on the internet taunting No Block, so a group of BD goons pulled up to confront him. According to witnesses, they hit Kobe first, and Brick had to turn and run. He went down an alley, but realized he was going in the wrong direction. At the end of the alley was a gate that he tried to hop, but got stuck halfway over. His killers caught him stuck on the fence and shot him in the back while he was trying to get to the other side. No one was ever arrested for the murders, but it is rumored to be a group of O Block and 600 members, including HK. HK was one of the ops who was later killed by Wooski, but Brick's murder was likely part of the motive. The night after Brick was killed, FBG allegedly shot up O Block. Within the FBG clique, each rapper has their own numbers. Duck claimed the number 03, and Brick was referred to as 30. So when he raps "Let off 23, then 7, he's making a play on words based on this code. 23 plus 7 equals 30, so he's got 30 rounds for O Block to get revenge for his brother. In the next bar,
bro, I'll be lost. Y'all be lost with me too. Don't get on this bitch, get the capping. You niggas be lost with me. That's why I be watching these videos to get a understanding. You know what I'm saying?
References a dead op named T-Roy, who was killed earlier the same year. T-Roy was a respected shooter from O Block who was close to King Von, Chief Keef, and HK's youngest brother. Even though he was less than 5 foot.
I got a video on T-Roy too. My whole clip full. I be ready to drop them, but just like, I don't know if they want this one yet. I be feeling like a little rapper or some shit. All right, stop, bro.
Foot 3, T-Roy was a respected shooter with multiple alleged bodies. T-Roy was shot and killed on February 14, 2017 at just 23 years old. Rumor has it that he was out looking for an op named TB from Taekwon's World, another set of the GDs that's allied with STL EBT. Troy accidentally wandered.
Not bad for keep all pausing it, but it's an hour long. I got y'all, bro. I've been wanting to, you know what I'm saying, on some shit like that too. Cause like his name be coming up in these videos and shit, so I'm like, I know it's more to the nigga, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my boy Chicago scene.
Into a neighborhood known as Paxtown, an area controlled by the GDs. He was on the hunt for TB because he allegedly kills an O Block member named Chino. While wandering around Paxtown, T-Roy was spotted by none other than FBG Brick. Brick then called up TB to alert him that T-Roy was out looking for blood. TB was then able to get the drop on T-Roy and shot him in the chest around the 2000 block of East 71st Street. The shooting was captured on Facebook Live by a woman who was in the car at the time he was shot. A 2-year-old child was also tragically killed in the shooting. T-Roy was a well-respected member of O Block, whose death was a major loss for the crew. After his murder, his brother HK really started turning up in the streets. Before that, HK was affiliated, but not known for having any bodies. After T-Roy's death, he had to step up and fill his brother's shoes and ended up being involved in multiple murders in less than a year. First, he was allegedly involved in the killing of Poppy from TW, who was also one of the alleged killers of Chino from O Block, along with TB. T-Roy was shot while trying to get revenge for Chino's murder, so it seems like HK decided to finish the job. Poppy was working a 9 to 5 at a grocery store when he was caught by HK and another O-Block member named Durk. Durk was credited with the hit, but HK was allegedly with him. Next, HK went after FBG Brick.
Fuck that. That shit is alleged in the motherfucker. We don't know the truth. We don't know. That was alleged in the motherfucker. Could we all say alleged? Alleged. All right, let's keep going.
For being the one who was responsible for alerting TB about his brother's location. HK was allegedly the one who chased Brick into the alley and fired the kill shot. Then, HK got his revenge by killing TB in September 2017. TB was chilling with a dude named Side from Draw City, another set of the GDs. HK found out their location from someone and went to confront him. Rumors have gone around that when HK pulled up, TB just laughed and said, "You finally got me." But this is unconfirmed, as he was killed right after from a gunshot wound to the head. Side was also shot in the head, but survived. But HK's reign of terror ended after
Bro, these niggas are really built different, bro. That's why I tell them I am not playing in the streets. Cause nigga, I ain't gonna say I'll be completing, but I would try to think I'm quick or some shit. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh fuck! What was that, bro? What was that, bro? All right, man, we gotta keep going, bro. We gotta keep going. Oh my god, what the fuck was that, bro?
getting his final revenge because only 2 months later, he was killed. On November 24th, 2017, HK was chilling in O-Block with a dude named Famous from a BD set called Blackgate. They were walking toward one of the buildings when a car pulled up and FBG Wooski, along with 2 affiliates from Draw City and TW, jumped out. Famous managed to escape, but HK was shot in the legs and stomach, later dying from those injuries. Wooski rapped about the shooting on his diss track computers. King Von was close with both T-Roy and HK, so their deaths intensified the beef between the STL EBT set and O-Block. Their murders are a big part of what led up to Wooski getting shot outside Dusky the Man's funeral, bringing the whole beef full circle. The war between O-Block and STL EBT continues to this day. Even though there's still plenty of violence going on in the South Side, all the major rappers who were associated with the early drill scene are either dead or too rich to still be putting in work on the streets. King Von and FBG Duck's tragic deaths in 2020 seem to have closed a chapter on the wild era for drill music, and the public attention has shifted to places like London and Jacksonville. Chirac will always be the birthplace of drill and one of the wildest hoods in America. But every rapper eventually has to choose whether they want to continue the endless cycle of violence or put the past behind them to focus on a legal music career. If you like this video,
That shit only put more fire on the flame. Or fuel on the flame. With both sides losing heavy hitters. Talking about closing the chapter. That shit ain't closing no chapter. That just started another one. Yeah. That's me keeping it hot. Me keeping it hot. But anyway, though. Originally to a video, but down screenshot. That's my Twitter. Not been top. It's your boy, Snor Dude. I'm gone.